Beautiful Day, Part 6, the chorus. This is pretty simple, so it's not too hard to go through. The main thing is probably providing some guidance on at least what I've done to model the tone. In the live version of Beautiful Day, it seems that Edge probably uses his pod to get a very, what I'll describe as a, not harsh, but very steely, very distorted sound. I prefer the studio version. The studio version is tighter, smoother. It's less in the mix. The version recording that I've got on the video on my YouTube page was kind of a mix between the studio and the live version, so I pretty much came up with my own distortion tone that I liked. Let me first take you through what I started with, but I did not record with. I took the Axe FX and I did amp, cab, and very slight delay. It seems that, based on sightings, that the Edge does change to a 331 millisecond or a dotted eighth delay here. Most of the song is quarter note, but during the chorus he goes to a lighter delay. You probably don't even need any delay at all, but I've got a delay, a mod delay here at dotted eighth, 331 milliseconds, but the mix is 20, a little high, somewhere between 20-25%. So it's not very loud at all, and again, I don't think it's that necessary. And I chose to use the high watt amplifier in the Axe FX. That is the high watt 2. I ended up not liking it as much, but here's what it sounds like. This is just high watt into cab. I then tightened it up and added a little EQ, and the EQ I just took off the lows and the highs a little bit and boosted the mids slightly, and I end up with this. So that's without delay. Now I like that tighter sound. I think it's a little bit more like the studio sound. Then we'll add some delay. The delay is light, it sounds like this. So that's it. It's amp, cab, EQ, and delay. Ultimately, I didn't use that exact sound for my recording. Again, it's all preference. If you like the live version, you can come up with something on the pod. You can come very close. If you like the studio version, Edge used a high watt amplifier apparently, and I don't know what kind of EQ he used. But that comes pretty close there to the studio version. This is the version I believe that I used on the recording I did. The amp model I used was the Fusion model. I thought it was smoother, a little tighter, and I put that into a cab. I believe I still use the 2x12 Brit cab. And let me do this without EQ and delay, so you can hear how it's a little different. A little smoother, tighter, more in the mids. Then add some EQ, same thing, boosting the mids just a little bit, taking out the high and the low a little bit more. And it sounds a little bit more like the studio version. So you adjust to your liking. Add the delay. I'm doing all downstrokes. I don't use many upstrokes there or any at all. It's 5th fret. The 5th fret here goes to the 7th fret, then the 10th, back to the 3rd, back to the 10th, and then the 5th. If you listen to my recording carefully, the Beautiful Day video with the pictures, I actually have 2 tracks. While the Edge is doing this part, I don't have the setting right. And we'll go through that tutorial in a moment, and I was just doing that quickly. That wasn't exactly it, and I don't have the delay in the sound right. But while Edge is doing that, there's a second track, and they're panned left and right, and I believe it starts here on the 2nd fret. I play it like this. If you're looking to do that second backtrack, go to the 3rd, go to the 10th, go to the 5th. That's what a second guitarist, if you're using 2 guitars or second track, does while the Edge is playing the this riff. Again, that's under a different delay setting. I'm just playing it under the chorus version here. So that's that second track, and now let's play it with the backtrack. That's what it sounds like, the chorus and the second panned second guitar rhythm section behind the little lead riff. You'll notice if you listen to that part again when I'm playing at the backtrack that in general I'm strumming when the crash cymbal is being hit on the drums. So every time Larry Mullen Jr. hits that big cymbal, you can pretty much hear the Edge hitting the chords at about the same time. So you can use that to get to your rhythm. And I'm using, again, all downstrokes. So once again... Okay, we'll move on to the next part of the tutorial.